Good afternoon and welcome to Awakened Wellness. Marie and myself, Jocelyn, would just like to invite you to join us. Today's show is really kind of interesting. Not that they all aren't, but I'm super excited about this one. Massage therapy and you. Of course, it could be massage therapy and me, but either way, we need to dive into this. But before we put both feet in, let's find out what the feedback has been on the last show.
All right. So one of my clients, him and his wife have been doing a lot of self-work. He comes to me, she does not. But they've been working really hard on themselves and their fitness and their health and just their relationships with their kids and really looking in the mirror and self-assessing and stuff. And their late 20-year-old came to them the other day telling them how much he appreciated that and how much they've noticed the changes in their parents. And the daughter and the son came and said that we really appreciate it and we've been learning from you.
Whoa.
So that was kind of cool.
That's huge.
He goes, I was shocked with my wife and I were just standing there with our mouths wide open, couldn't believe we were having this conversation with our kids.
How excellent is that?
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
I bet that made them feel fabulous.
Yep, that was very cool. Yeah.
Wow. You don't often get that where you make these kind of changes for yourself and
it's tough for kids to see that their parents have changed. It's tough. Yeah.
Well, they can no longer push the buttons or rely on a button being pushed or being able to take the typical path that they had growing up.
Yeah.
They're now dealing with new people.
Yep. That's very cool. So I have another woman, she's older, in her 80s, and she was having issues with her foot, and she knew it was coming from her hip, and she was really struggling to get the help that she needed because nobody would listen to her because it was her foot. And we talked about it, and I helped her resolve some of it. But I think the sadness for her is when she was a teen, she had had a sledding accident, and it had partly paralyzed that leg. All the years I've known her and she's gone for help, nobody has ever taken that old injury forward to find out why that leg does what it does. They just keep taking the foot or the knee or the hip, and they don't connect it to the old injury that happened, that she's always had limitations in that leg and that weakness in the back and everything else.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so even for her, it's a struggle to resolve it because I don't know that there's ever going to be a complete resolution. But even to manage her situation because we're so disconnected, nobody's helping her connect the dots, which is really hard.
And so and by them not connecting the dots, she falls into the it's my knee, it's my hip, it's my foot. And although deep down inside she knows it's from that injury and that they're all connected, nobody else is connecting them or even asking her probably.
No, even though it's in her history and it's in her notes, it's irrelevant to them. And you have a whole left-sided weakness. That's huge.
Oh, it affects absolutely everything in you.
Everything to the neck and shoulder, everything, but there's no connection, which is very sad.
Well, if you think you have two legs and you know, not to be disgusting, but if you didn't have a leg, everything has to readjust.
No.
Everything readjusts, but with two legs.
No, because that's why we'll actually take your big toe off and put it on your thumb because the big toe doesn't have enough value. True story. We do that to replace thumbs because your thumb is more important than your big toe. I would never, ever give up my big toe for my thumb. But in medicine, we believe that the thumb has more value than the big toe.
Wow.
Where the big toe has the most value in your entire body, according to me.
Well, that's your complete balance.
It's all in how you look at it.
Yep.
Another one, I met this woman. She's very cool, but she lived in an ashram for 5 years.
In a what?
Ashram.
What's that?
It's like a Buddhist temple where they meditate and kind of detach from life to become more spiritual, awakened, and enlightened.
Okay.
And the only thing it did was it made her not be able to function in society because she wasn't exposed to anything. And then you come out of it. It's like waking up out of a coma.
Right. And seeing that, 50 years has gone by and they've now got spaceships and
and just the
robot everything.
Feeling the energies and trying to function in what's happening in society and everything else. And the awakening for her now is realizing how much she needs to be in these things to understand them, that sitting there meditating for months and months doesn't help you understand life.
Right, because she doesn't have that understanding.
Experiencing it, picking apart. So it's been really awakening for me doing spiritual work, realizing that you have to stay more present than we think.
Right.
Because our experiences come from experience in life, and life teaches us. Not a book, not a meditation. A meditation leaves us more open to processing what we're having happen and have a better understanding of it, but it doesn't fix anything.
Correct.
Life will give us what we need, and if we can sit in it, we'll understand it and we'll learn.
Well, you can't identify it if you're not sitting in it. If you're in complete avoidance and you're protected and wrapped in bubble wrap or wool, how can you ever identify?
And people say all the time, it shouldn't have happened, I shouldn't have been there, I shouldn't be here now. It's not true. If you're there, that's where your life took you, so you owe it to yourself to just sit in it and how do I handle it? Not avoid being mad not just trying to avoid the situation, not trying to be mad that you're in it. Forget all of that because you're there.
Right.
What happens next? Just focus on what happens next and what do I need to do next for me versus getting mad that you're in that situation.
Right. And trying to make a plan to avoid it at all costs, which you can't.
So I thought that was kind of cool. But the learning for me has been endless, so I thank her for that. All right, massage therapy. All right, what is massage therapy? How do you find a therapist? And what is your role in the mindful practice with massage therapy? So that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to tell you my first experience with massage therapy. So this was back in my 30s when I was at my worst and I had no function. And the first person I went to see, he was a deep tissue guy somebody sent me. I never was so sick and in so much pain laying on his table and when I left for weeks. And I didn't understand it at all. So I was never going back again.
Right.
But what I didn't know is I was that stuck and that twisted and I had that much toxicity in my tissue
and released
in my
it
muscle.
all.
Right. I learned over time. And as I started to get into doing different modalities and learning about different modalities and I didn't have any money back then, so I had to really learn them and try to use them on myself because I didn't have any help. My insurance had cut me off and everything. So that's when I started to learning the value of self-massage and the things you could do on yourself and start chipping it off little by little.
Okay.
So I think massage is a huge tool in healing, just like chiropractic, but you have to understand it and use it properly.
Gotcha.
And I do not see a lot of people doing that.
Right. I think they sign up for X amount of weeks and we're going to do the same thing over and over again and hope that it fixes everything instead of...
I don't know if people hope to fix anything with massage.
Really?
They just hope to Band-Aid it and they feel better, but then they don't have a plan. There might be a few massage therapists out there that'll give you a strengthening plan or give you a follow-up plan, but most of them just kind of Band-Aid you and you move on. Or make you feel better, and it just relieves the stress.
Okay, I was just going to say, from what I've heard from most people, if you talk to just regular people, that it's more about enjoyment and de-stressing and that.
It depends. So let's go through with what is massage therapy. Okay, it's a hands-on technique that involves manipulation of the soft tissue. Your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, your connective tissue. It can promote relaxation, relieve tension, and it can improve overall well-being.
Okay.
So there's many facets to massage therapy. It's been around for thousands of years. Many cultures use it, and many cultures use it very differently. I went to one, I think we were in Barbados, and I got a massage, and I was shocked. The woman just did this, like this, and she pulled and tugged and rolled, and she did my entire body for 45 minutes. I have to say, I had never relaxed so much in my life because I think it was almost meditative, and she never missed a beat. I don't even know how she did it because that was exhausting for me to even watch her. But she was rolling the tissue in a way, and I left the most free I had been in a long time because she did your entire body. She didn't miss a spot. She didn't miss the rhythm. And I'd never experienced anything like that in massage.
Wow.
So depending on which culture you go to, they all have their own ways of looking at it. So if you can find one that's trained in many different ones, you got to jump.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it can help with stress relief, pain management. It can improve your circulation. A lot of people with lymphedema, things like that.
Yep.
It can help with flexibility and your range of motion of your joints. It can enhance your immune function just from moving things and draining the lymph system and stuff. It can improve your sleep quality, and it can help you mentally and your emotional well-being. Okay, this is all the fluff and buff stuff. Okay, so it literally breaks up the stagnant tissue that pulls on the joints out of alignment. So when we were talking about chiropractic in another show, where they line the spines in the middle and they keep lining it back up, because anything that's pulling on it is pulling those vertebrae out. Massage is what stops all that pull. It can be a benefit in helping that.
Got you.
So if your shoulders rolled a little bit too forward because you're pec dominant and you're doing a lot of things with your right arm and you don't balance your shoulders out, you're pulling this way, the massage therapist can go in and soften all that to pull it back, so then the chiropractor can get a better adjustment.
Got you. Yep.
So they work alongside each other really, really well. It can be the same thing with your workouts. You can use it because you know when I'm doing this certain exercise, it's not working, my calves are really bugging me. You go to the massage therapist, they can help you pick it apart and get you to the next step.
Okay.
So it can be used for all kinds of things. The reason why your body pulls out, it can be from old injuries, overcompensation, your weak posture, scar tissue, stress, and so many more. So that's where you want to look at what type of massage you're going for.
Okay.
So you want to know your body. You want to know what's wrong. So let's say you're going for scar tissue.
All right.
And you've had a lot of belly surgeries. What do? You can go for what's called a Maya massage. It's all visceral, all abdominal. They go in there and they break up abdominal scar tissue. That's a thing.
Wow. I didn't know that.
That's what I mean. So when you start to learn about massage, you start to realize it's not just one and done.
Right.
Okay, so if you go for a Swedish massage, it's mostly for relaxation, improving circulation, and relieving tension in your muscle.
Okay.
So that's more what people go for the massage fluff and buff.
Right.
If you want a deep tissue massage.
Oh, I've had a couple of those.
Yeah, that's what I had my first time. It targets the layers of the muscle and the connective tissue, and they'll try to strip and go in and clean. So it's not for the faint at heart, but if you know what you need and you want to free something up,
That's
that's
where you want to go.
That's where you want to
Just
go.
don't do it on your first time.
Sports massage. Sports massage, athletes and people who do activities, those people are trained more in patterns of movement.
Okay.
So they might target more, if your quad's off, they might go to your opposite shoulder and see if they're moving together and really work. They're going to watch your patterning. So they're going to work a little differently, where they have a different type of training where the Swedish person's not going to go there with you.
Correct. Okay.
So the more you know your body and you become part of the process,
then
the
you
more,
can select the correct person and the correct massage.
So then there's trigger point. Some people do trigger points where you touch a certain spot and it refers somewhere else, and they try to help you work that out. Shiatsu. Have you ever had shiatsu?
I know what the machines are, and they have the little balls and those.
God, shiatsu. There's only a few places in our area that do it, but they're the ones that'll actually get on your back and they'll stand on your. Oh yeah. It's very cool. They'll have like things they hang from the ceiling, and they take their weight off of it, but then they're using their feet to. One foot will all be on the bed, but then they're using the foot on the hamstring and really lengthening your hamstring and separating your glute from your hammy, because they can support themselves and not put. Oh, it's awesome. Depending again on what you're looking
needing,
for. I mean,
right.
if somebody who's osteoporotic, you want to stay away from that.
Yeah.
Thai massage. That's my absolute favorite.
Thai massage. Never heard of that at all.
Thai is literally like you're laying on the floor and they're putting you in yoga poses and pulling your body in those directions and opening it. And they're using their feet, their hands, and their body, and they're really opening the joints and getting you range of motion. And yeah, you're on a mat on the floor with them. Like I said, massage is endless. People think massage is massage.
I mean, I knew the first 3 or 4 you were talking about, but I've never heard of Thai massage.
Yeah, Thai massage is very cool. Very cool. Swedish massage is very cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Hot stone.
Yeah.
That's where people go for the couples and the hot stone, and they literally take the hot stones and they rub them on your back. Feels really good. Prenatal massage. That's somebody who's highly trained when you're pregnant, because if you're not trained in that and you're pregnant, you could cause
some
them
problems.
Yes. Yep. So we talked about the abdominal massage, Maya massage. It's also known as visceral massage. Some physical therapists will do that. There's some techniques.
Visceral. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can do your own.
Yeah.
Rolfing. Rolfing was big in the 60s and 70s, and it was touted for being extremely painful, so people didn't go. So I kind of like the theories behind Rolfing, because Rolfing takes your body and they'll do a postural assessment. So if you're standing there like this, they literally beat you up so bad that they break up every pattern your body's in. So when your body gets up, it has to find a new way to move.
It's like being a baby, starting again.
Yeah. So it got a really bad rap. So now they've taken it over time and they fine-tuned it where these people are structural engineers, the ones that train in it. So they're the ones that when you go to them, they'll say, this is what's going on with you. I want you to have 3 months of treatments at 4 sessions a month at this price. And people are like, they're trying to rip me off. No, because they know all the patterning's off and they know they have to get in deep and do this and they have to keep re-educating your body as you come in, and they want, like a chiropractor when they first start. Because if they can keep reminding it,
then it's going to hold its position.
Right. Does it always work? It depends on the practitioner. It depends on how tuned they are. It depends on how effective their skills are. And then it depends on you if you're going to be part of the process.
And it also depends if you need massage therapy, because those muscles and ligaments, they put everything in alignment, and then the muscle goes, no, you don't.
Well, they do. Rolfers do massage therapy.
No, I was just saying if you did chiropractor and massage, but the Rolfing does that. Now, do we have people around here? I've been hearing it a lot, but I had no idea.
Here.
Really?
Yeah, you can find a Rolfer around here.
Wow.
Aromatherapy massage, more. Some people do it with stones, like they line them up your back, and then they'll do chakra massages, things like that. Reflexology, that can be really beneficial to people. That's more of the feet.
Okay, yep.
And there's a lot of like beliefs of certain bones dictate your kidney, your spleen, your adrenals, that kind of thing. So some of them are fluff and buff. Some of them really know what they're doing, and they use the energy, and they can get in deeper, and they can start opening up those energy channels to start healing your body.
Wow.
Massage is endless.
I thought I knew that, but I had no idea.
Lymphatic drainage massage is another one.
Yeah.
That one's great for people with any type of swelling in the legs, the ankles. It opens the lymph system. It really helps the body drain. A lot of people need that as they're aging.
Okay.
Cranial sacral is another type where people, work with the sacrum and the skull and try to sync things up. Because it's both
ends,
Yep. So there's so many different options. You owe it to yourself if you're thinking about massage to learn. And these are things I'm going to have on my website too, that I'm going to have, like, I put up foot pain and back pain so far. So if you go under foot pain, it'll tell you the things that I know work so far. And I'll tell you there's massage therapy, there's this, there's that.
Okay.
So reflexology might be under there. I'm not going to go too into depth with them, but I'll at least give you a hint on where you can go. I was going to say
where you could go, give it a try, see if that gets you to that next step.
Yep. So how do you find a massage therapist?
Ask your friends and then do some research.
Well, obviously asking your friends isn't working if you don't know 90% of these don't exist.
Well, I'm thinking people that might go to massage.
Yeah, but
you'd ask them.
You didn't know half of those modalities didn't exist. So find the modality you want first.
Gotcha.
Figure out what you need. Okay. Know your body. What do you want to try?
Before you say, hey, I need a massage therapist.
Right.
And
because
they give you what they use.
So different.
Gotcha.
So know what you need.
All right.
Then start talking to people and find out and do all those things.
See, I don't know everything, guys, and I always stick my foot in my mouth, and I'm perfectly happy doing that for you. Because I know she's always going to tell us the truth, and I'm never offended.
So you can go on the American Massage Therapy Association website. If you find the modality you want and you're looking for
American.
There's always, think about it, anybody who has a license, there's always a website that you can go to where they get their license that will have them registered in their area that they can do these things.
It makes total sense, and I'm not laughing.
So if you want to find a chiropractor, you go on the American Chiropractic, and they'll show you the chiropractors in your area that are registered under them. Acupuncture does the same thing. You won't find me under the Body Within registered website. It
does show me all the Body Within people. You are unique. You are one of a kind. You have to know Marie's name and where to find her.
You won't find me, but anybody who has a license to do what they do, there's always a web. If you need a lawyer, you go under the Bar Association. You find a lawyer. Yeah, it's the same thing. So at least it gets you started in your search. I can't vouch if they're credible or not, but these are people that are licensed and are registered.
That makes I like that approach.
But the most important way to find the massage therapist that's right for you is sitting quiet and having the intention. Okay, so we're going back to the intention, right? So have the intention that I'm looking for my greater good. I've assessed my body. I know what I want. Put it out there every morning, and I bet someone's going to start talking about it.
It's going to, all of a sudden, it's going to pop up on your Facebook, or someone's going to show up on your front doorstep and go, oh, do you know what I did last night?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. But You have to be open, but you also have to be open to be kissing a couple frogs before you find your prince.
Right.
Because this is a new venture that you're learning, because everybody says, well, I tried it and it doesn't work. Well, did some parts of it work? Are you looking for a little more skill? Because there's no one size fits all, but at least got you to the next step to understand, well, I kind of want that, but maybe I want a little deep tissue along with that.
Find somebody that can do both. Or you end up going to two people. You do what you got to do.
So what happens if you're like me at one point and you have no means and you want massage?
Then you have to go on YouTube and find some self-help techniques.
To me, that's the most powerful way to start, because then you can fine-tune what you want for yourself. You know what works already. You didn't waste $150
You can also find your real painful spots before they do.
I'm always into learning about yourself first before you go, because once you're with somebody, you're at the mercy of their knowledge, and your knowledge doesn't have any play.
Yeah.
So I like my knowledge to work with their knowledge. So it always has to be a good fit. Don't settle. Don't settle that I'm kind of getting what I need out of this person, but it's not working.
Well, it's your body, and quite frankly, it's your money, so you need to have what's necessary. Again, otherwise it becomes fluff.
Right. So what's your intention? Make sure it's for your greater good to get the right person to come your way. And like I said, it's okay if you try one or two and it's not right, or you watch a few videos that aren't right. It's okay. That's part of the search. But when you find that one, you're going to know. And sometimes it might be temporary. You might only need that deep tissue to do one thing, and then all of a sudden
you go back to your regular person.
Exactly.
But as your body changes from day to day, as it adjusts from day to day, you might have to adjust that as well.
Right. So you got to ask yourself, why are you going for massage? And are you trying to heal anything? And if so, what role does that massage play in it?
Okay.
Are you willing to learn about their skills and how they'll benefit your situation? Because a lot of people aren't. They're like, no, just fix me. Are you willing to listen to your body when you're in a session and work with the therapist?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Most people are not. They just want them, because sometimes they're working on your shoulder and you can feel that calf, but you're not going to tell them because you feel weird about it. But if they need to release that calf with your shoulder, so you get a full release.
So that you're not, it's not a waste of time.
But they don't know because you didn't say anything.
Right.
Or is your massage therapist open to you saying that? That's the thing too.
There's the other thing, right?
Right. So are you willing to be part of that massage?
Is it a partnership?
Because it depends on how much you want out of it. If you really want it to correct and change things, you get to be part of it. If you just want the fluff and buff and get out of there, fine. I have no problem with that.
Right.
But ask yourself, if you truly want that greater good of healing and aging gracefully, and you want to start reversing time and breaking these things down and getting your body back to optimal running, how does that have to happen? You have to be home minding the store.
You have to participate.
Always set your intentions before entering the room.
Yes.
So before you go in the room, don't rush in from work and run and get undressed and just lay there and go,
fix me.
Yeah. Why are you there? What would you like to achieve out of it? And become part of it. Right. So those are all big things. What if you go once a month? What happens in between?
Self-massage, self-assessing.
So you can get to when you go to see them again, you know what you want them to work on and where you are at to take you to the next level in your healing.
Gotcha.
Those are my favorite clients. The ones that have come in and done the work. And they just don't want me to fix them.
Right.
Right. Right. Is there anything you can do to prepare for your massage?
I guess you'd have to ask your massage therapist, but apart from what you've said, that would be a discussion you could have with them as well.
Yeah, but I mean, make sure you eat good meals and you're good and hydrated.
You're hydrated.
Right, and know what you want when you get in there. So, yeah, no drama when you're in there. Some people just banter and talk. No sleeping. That's the other one. When clients fall asleep on me, I just tell them this is not a good fit.
Right.
Because I'm not here to. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's not a good idea. You want to be part of the healing. And after the massage, the most important things, again, are hydrating. And say they open your shoulder. Ask them, what do I need to do to keep it open?
Right. What is that what's the continuation from what you've done?
And if they can't help you, you probably need a new massage therapist. And then find ways that you can continue till you have your next one. Don't leave and go work out.
Oh, absolutely not.
I have people that leave my office and go work out. And I'm like, are you crazy? Your body just changed so much. You don't even know what's changed.
Right.
Well, it's my workout day. No,
But you're going back to a pattern that might not be right.
Well, they don't even know
just
what their
happened.
pattern is yet. They won't give their bodies a day lag in between. You know, and it was funny because I had met that woman we talked about in the last show that she did horses and stuff. And the reason why I stopped doing horses was just that, because the horses would change so much and they wouldn't give the horses a day or two off.
Gotcha.
And she's run into the same thing where she's actually left barns for it because it's bad for the horse to open the horse so much and then put it back to training without giving it a day or two to learn what its body's doing again. That we are so, we're horrible. Yeah. We're horrible. Yeah.
Wow.
So learn about massage.
Yep.
What will benefit. Ask around, put out the intention, and just
be
explore.
prepared. Yeah.
Explore. If you're looking for some ways to get to know your body better, I have a body within meditation on my website. It makes you get really quiet and start really moving the energy through your entire body and learn about your body.
Yep.
You could try that. My Posture for Life can help you do that if that's something you recommended. You want me to recommend. Otherwise, you can go on my Awakened Wellness website and start learning and just leave your massage stories so someone else can learn from your story.
Exactly.
And,
I love that.
Yeah.
Participating and sharing and being open. And because sharing is being open as well for yourself. It's not just everybody else having to be open and you pick and choose what you want. You as an individual need to be open to sharing, so then that comes back at you as well.
It does.
It's a two-way street.
It changes the energy.
Yeah.
When you're willing to share your knowledge with someone else, more knowledge comes back to you.
Which again is putting what you're putting out. What is the intent? Putting out there good intentions, and pretty much saying, I'd like some feedback too, without saying that.
Right.
I love it. All right, so we have awakenedwellness.life. And then if they want your
contact, info.awakenedwellness@gmail.com.
I love it. And that's probably on the website as well.
Yes.
For contact.
Yep.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I think I love this one about the massage therapy. I actually really learned quite a bit and I'm very interested. So thank you again, and we will see you next time.
All right.